Welcome back to Mike's Miniatures, the place for all things mini wargaming, and in today's video we are going to be going over the Ork clans, and we're going to start with the most unorky and less talked about Ork clan, second most unspoken about Ork clan, and that would be the Blood Axes. So without further ado, let's get right into it here. The Blood Axes are an Ork clan that has occasionally been known to work alongside the forces of the Imperium of Man on occasion. The Blood Axes are held by other Ork clans to be a bunch of untrustworthy gits. They trade openly with the worlds of the Imperium, parley with the foe, and even consider retreating from the battlefield if faced with insurmountable odds. Perhaps once intended to make the Blood Axes natural leaders, these qualities have instead earned them a reputation amongst the other greenskins as little more than treacherous dogs. The Blood Orks clan was once a very powerful and easily dominated Ork clan society for a very long time. When they began having too many friendly dealings with the aliens, especially the humans of the Imperium, it was too much for the other clans to handle. And so lots of the Blood Axe boys were wiped out in a nasty inter-Ork war known as the Big Party. This resulted in the clan being overthrown, and the surviving Blood Axe members fled into hiding. Now they continue to deal with mankind out of necessity, and since the clan has become dependent on these subsidies of teeth paid to them by the Imperium, they have yet to regain the former strength they used to have. The source of these payments come from Imperial prospectors sent out to find old battlefields and then just rip the teeth out of the Ork skulls so that they can pay off the Blood Axes. The clans are especially disgusted by this, not because the Blood Axes accept such teeth, but because they encourage the humans to take what the Orks consider their property. Orks from the Blood Axe clan have the most frequent interaction with the Imperium of Man, and through their long and mostly tense acquaintance with humans, they have developed skills and abilities that cause other clans to look at them with distrust, to say the least. Qualities that would recommend Blood Axes as natural leaders amongst most of the other galaxy's starfaring species instead see them as labeled as being treacherous scum and by the vast majority of other greenskins. In fact, most of the Blood Axes' reputation is very undeserved. True, they have made the most contact with the Imperium, occasionally even fighting for the Imperium of Man as mercenaries and making extensive use of Imperial war material. Then again, every Ork clan can see the funny side of extorting weapons from the human planets only to use them on their former owners. Considered untrustworthy by their fellow Orks due to their peculiar ways, the Orks have greater emphasis on the cunning tactics than other typical brute force approach favored by the other greenskin clans. Blood Axes often trade instead of steal, parley instead of bellow, and sneak instead of charging headlong into the withering fire of their enemies. They even retreat instead of dying in heaps and heaps of piles of their own kind for nothing short of effort. Some have even taken to the stars as freebooters and have been part of the freebooter clans, where they split their time between piracy, raiding, and honest trade. They are a little bit dangerous in battle and are less sophisticated cousins, perhaps even more so thanks to their level of innate cunning, which allows them to think around problems. In combat, they use battlefield tactics closer to those of a professional army, as opposed to the more usual Ork relentless green tide approach. The war bosses who raise up from the Blood Axe ranks tend to have a greater grasp of the bigger picture of strategy than those of the other clans. Some of the most well-planned and well-executed wars in Imperial history have been held with a Blood Axe at the head of them. Blood Axes are roundly mocked by other members of the clans, view them as cowardly wretches, especially by the Goths. The Blood Axes care little for this dissertation, however. secure in the knowledge that they alone know how to make the war with the humans the proper way, and understandably smug in the other clan's legacy leadership of destruction. Blood Axes take these insults in stride, either having a good laugh or walking it off, having a good laugh, knocking all the offenders' teeth out of their head, and walking it off even much richer. The notable campaigns that the Blood Axes have helped out with was the Big Raid during Millennium 41, and the Great Titan Heist back in 981 of M41, in which case they literally took a Titan. There aren't very many Blood Axe commanders since the clan is so small, physically in size small that is, but we do have Bad Frog the tank boss, who is, as his name suggests, he loves commanding tank units that he gets from looting other from Imperials and things like that he has collected, and he uses tank tactics. So very much, if you wanted to play as an orc with a guard battle strategies, this guy could be your war boss right here. The most famous of all is Sneak Rot right here. He is almost every orc army who has any kind of orc commando units within them loves having this guy within it. He is probably the most famous, and his miniature is one of the best that we have on the tabletop as of right now. Blood Axes typically like to favor two types of units on the tabletop right here. The first one being Storm Boys. Having your boys strap some rockets onto their backs and leap right into battle is something that they love to do. But they love even more, and probably even more famous, is the Orc Commandos. The Orc Commandos are those rare boys that have been touched by Mork and eliminate the Orcish god's tendency of cunning, aka resorting to dirty tricks first, then open combat. Unlike the average orc boy who enjoys loud weapons, big explosions, and fast vehicles, commandos prefer to spread panic behind the enemy lines before launching a perfectly timed ambush. Blood Axes see little worth in going through all the effort of making a cunning plan only to be gunned down like a fool before it can even be executed. Their approach to combat is more circumspect than others. In fact, along with other great war bosses, many orc commandos come with the Blood Axe clan. While not perhaps as stealthy or as well trained as those special forces operatives of the Imperium, Eldari, or even the Tau, they are still brutally effective. It is their first objection, misdirection, and plain sleekness that give them the unsavory reputation amongst the other folks right here. So basically, the basic tactics of a Blood Axe clan is, if you're going to have a thematic approach to this, you're going to want to have a bunch of commandos and storm boys right here. Use your commandos to invade the battlefield and infiltrate in, taking some key objectives, spread them out to kind of box in your opponent if at all possible, and then use units like your storm boys and other boys to then come in and clear up what the commandos can't take care of here for you. As for the clan colors and kind of how you would identify them on the tabletop, the Blood Axes tend to favor more of the muted colors in their clothing and war gear, with black and green being very predominant, with numerous patterns of camouflage, both self-made as well as looted from enemy forces. So camouflage is probably their main thing right here. If you think military camo and you can paint that, definitely do that on these orcs right here, and you've got Blood Axes right here. It doesn't matter what color of camo it could be. It could be anything from military green or desert camo to something as ridiculous as I don't know, an orange base with bright blue tiger stripes and white splotches on it. It's camo that even though we could probably see it 100 miles away, the orcs say, hey, this is the sneakiest, and so therefore, because orcs believe, it becomes true. So that ridiculous colored camo that you have right here will stick out. I mean, even pink with green polka dots, you could probably say. And it would be camo to the blood axes right here. There's no wrong way to paint them up in whatever way you would like right here. Their banner symbol, if you are using these right here, features crossed bloody axes over a dark green circle on a black banner background. Alongside it, the feature often will have icons showing off their cunning and sneakiness right here. That's basically it with the blood axes. There's not too much more about that. If you would like to learn a bit more, obviously your codex, the new codex coming out, is going to be our biggest source of anything new that Games Workshop's coming out with the Blood Axe clan, along with any other clans. Thank you guys for sticking around so far with this video, and let me know down in the comments, what other clans do you want me to go over next? If you want me to go into making a thematic army breakdown a bit more in depth as to what I would recommend, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are, or even if that's something you'd be interested in. So until next time, guys, I've been Mike, and this is Mike's Miniatures. Bye for now.